Hello, my name is Digger Dawn and I use an Apex. If you don't know me, I've used Garrett's for 5.5 years and I've recently got the Apex, and I see on the internet, on social media, that sometimes we're getting the odd people that are having a few problems. Now, problems are not always down to the detector, sometimes they're down to the user, and it may be that you're just doing something wrong that you don't realise. So I'm just going to go through a few of the basic mistakes or user errors that you can make with a new Apex. And if you're having issues when it's not being very stable, give it a try and see if it helps at it. Now, my first tip is about the headphones, and I've seen people saying that the headphones disconnect quite a lot, or a little bit anyway. Now, I've been using MS3 headphones for over 3 years and I've never had any problems. Now, Aquachigger, I don't know if you know him, he told me 3 years ago when I first got them, he said, if you're right-handed, always make sure you've got the light on the right, and if you're left-handed, have the light on the left. So try that if you're getting a little bit of disconnection problems. See if you put the light on the side which hand you use. I don't know why it works, but it seems to. And then sometimes it's just that you haven't set up your machine properly, and it might be that you need to do a factory reset on your coil, or you haven't got the connectors on properly, or your wire's a bit baggy. So I'll just show you that. Now, one of the mistakes that people make when they first get a new machine is they put it together and go straight out with it. So what you should always do when you've fitted a new coil is do what's called a factory reset. Now, to do a factory reset, what you do is you hold the on button on there, which is that one, hold it down for about 5 seconds and it'll do a double bleep. Did you hear it? Double bleep then? So that means now that it's been set to that coil, and that can help if you're having issues in the field. It might just be that you haven't done a factory reset. Now, another thing that can cause you issues is if this wire is too baggy. It should be quite tight like that. See how it's round there? Wrap it round the front and it should be quite tight. Now, if you've got it really, really baggy and while you're detecting it's flapping around, that can have an effect as well. The same as if you don't have the connection tight up here. Sometimes these can work themselves loose. So it's always worth having a check that you've got that nice and tight as well. Now, another error that you can make is that when you switch it on, you're switching it on over metal in the ground. That then will sort of send it funny. Don't ask me technically how, but I know it, you know what I mean. Now, if I switch that on now, there, you might think that's all right, but I've just turned it on over some iron. Now, if I carried on with that, I could ground balance it by pumping it like that. Pumping. Now, that wouldn't be stable, that, because of the way I've started it. So what you need to do is find yourself a clear bit of ground and then you switch it on and then ground balance it. Don't be switching it on over a patch of iron. So yes, turning your machine on can make a big difference about where you actually are turning it on. So try and turn it on away from interference and away from anything that's on the ground that's like iron or chirpy or noisy. Try and find a clear patch and that should help. It's the simple things that cause you most problems, and I have seen quite a lot of people struggling to put the backlight on. So let's have a look at how you put the backlight on. So if you want to switch the backlight on, use the menu button, press it so it goes down, and once it goes past channels, it goes across to this side, and that's your backlight flashing. So if you want it on, then press that and it's on, or if you want it off, press that. So that's quite easy. That's all you do to get your backlight on. Another thing that can cause you problems where you're getting fluctuating sounds and it's not working properly is when you're actually getting some interference. Now you can get interference off power lines, electric fences and other metal detectors. So if you're out with your friend and you stood quite close, you might be getting some interference off him. Now it's very easy on this to change that and flick through, and I'll show you how to do it. So if you're with your friend and you're getting a bit of interference, all you need to do is press the menu button and go down to where it says channels there. Now you can go up and down. What I've found is that when I'm near a Knox, if I put it on 7, that usually cancels out a perfect sound. Also power lines, so you can flick through 1 to 8 on those and just pick the one that's not making a sound. And you've got 8 channels on every frequency, so you've got a lot to choose from. Now, a lot of people have asked me, is the Apex waterproof? And I think there's a bit of confusion about that, because I think some people think because it's weatherproof and not waterproof that you can't use it in the rain. Now, the only place you can't use it is if you're going underwater. So if you were going river hunting, or if you were planning on going under the sea, then no, it's not good. But if you just want to use it to go out in torrential rain, you're not going to have a problem. I've purposely took it out a few times when it's been absolutely chucking it down and it's not had any effect at all. So you don't need a rain cover and it's not going to damage it. So there you go, it's just a few little tips. Give them a go, see if they help. You know, if they do help, leave me a comment, let me know, and then other people can see that it's helped too. And if you've not subscribed, why not? Get pressing the subscribe button. So, diggity dig dig dig, I'll see you on the next dig. And I'm wishing you lots of luck with your new Apex. It's a fantastic machine.